Martinique today, but Tamsin's feeling a bit poorly, so I guess we'll not be getting off the ship today. I'm just going up to the buffet to grab some food and to smuggle some down for her so that she feels a bit better. And I'm not sure what I'll do, probably just sit and read in the room or something for the day. Tamsin's feeling a little bit too ill to get off the ship, so it's a little bit like old times. I'm getting off the ship on my own just to go for a little wander around. I've got my sunscreen on, I've got no sense of direction, and I'm just heading in the direction of the crowds. I'm hoping that other people know where they're going. Usually the best bet is to find someone who looks like a crew member and follow them because they probably know all the best locations. It's a gorgeous day and Martinique already seems to have a nicer feel than Sketchy had yesterday. So I'm already a little bit more impressed, even though I'm only about 100 yards away from the end of the pier. Not a single person has tried to sell me a taxi yet today. That's definitely a good thing. So in one direction I have a sort of riverside walk to go along. In the other direction, it looks like it's the town. So I am flipping a coin in my head and I'm going into town. Walking down the street and I've just realised that I forgot to check which side of the road they're driving on here before I tried to cross. That's a bit of a rookie mistake. So I almost got the wrong side of the road when I was crossing. Right, let's go this way next. I found a little shopping centre just not far from the cruise port. Not much here, but I would imagine that this is a good little cruise spot. Of course, I've completely forgotten that it was Boxing Day. That might explain why there is not a lot of stuff around to do. Although at the same time, it means that it's quite strange that there's so many people here. After a quick wander around, I'm sort of wondering whether I've now seen everything that I want to see. I'm sort of toying with the idea of wandering back to the ships now. And that was a fresh vegetable and spice market that I just completely stumbled across. I've decided it's definitely time to head back to the ship. Martinique I quite like actually. There's not much here, there's a few shops, there's loads of shops actually, but there's a feel to the place. It just doesn't feel threatening in the way that St. Lucia did yesterday. So all in all, not much to do unless you do one of the tours on the far side of the island, but there's a nice feel to Martinique and yeah, I wouldn't tell people not to come here. I definitely feel this is more of a cruise stop though than a passenger stop. Though if you are wanting to top up on your Caribbean spices, it might be a good destination to head to. Just time for a quick look around the ship before I go back to the cabin. The Wake is another gorgeous looking restaurant on the ship. There's not many veggie options, so not really suitable for Tamsin, so we're not actually eating here this cruise, which is a shame because it does look lovely. Really like the way that it's presented. It has a lovely sort of elegant, spacious atmosphere, which I really quite like the look of. So I'm quite sad I'm not getting to eat here, but there are so many other nice restaurants, I don't mind that much. Also next door to it is a sort of games area, quiet area, which is really nice. If you're feeling a bit sensory overloaded, then perhaps the quiet area would be a good place to come and sit with your book or your jigsaw or a few games. I'm just standing on the balcony and looking down. All aboard time was 6:30, which was 2 minutes ago, and there's still a whole load of staff standing outside the gangway. I suspect that means that we are missing someone, because if everyone was around there would be absolutely no reason for them to still be standing out there. So we might get to see a little bit of drama and somebody running to try and catch the ship. Or more likely, the passengers will just sort of saunter along in 5 minutes with no idea that they're running late. As you saw earlier, there's a huge long pier and there's no sign of anyone coming onto it, so there might be a little bit of drama. Apparently, if the ship does decide to leave without you, what they do is they grab your passport and they disembark you with just that and the clothes on your back. So that would be quite an unpleasant experience. I have to admit that I might have a little bit of sympathy for anyone who did get left behind, mainly because the all aboard time is predominantly advertised in the app, which doesn't work. There's no signboards outside the ship or anything like that to give you a clue, although all of the lifts, or elevators as they call them here, have an electronic screen in them just to show you when the all aboard time is, and also the emergency contact details if you need to contact the port agent for any reason, mainly an emergency. As you can see behind me, it's now completely dark, so it's not like anyone could have lost track of the time and not realised it was getting late, unless of course they were indoors, so that's not true. I can hear the crew radios in the distance, though I can't quite hear what they're saying, which is frustrating. I sort of wish I had a VHF radio with me today as well. And it's now 6:39, and that was the horn sounding in the background. And that looks like the bridge crew getting very irritated, which may mean that we're about to leave any moment now. Though of course the crew will have to get aboard before that happens, so that will be the first clue. And then the mooring lines have to go, and then we start moving. I'm not sure, once the mooring lines start to be loosened, whether that means it's too late to get on, or they can get on any time up to the point that we actually start moving. We may get to find out though. And here they come. Oh, and the leader is going into back place. And like true gentlemen, they've left the women behind to be eaten. And there you have it, that was the last 4 passengers all aboard. As you could see, the deck crew were starting to get just a little bit irked, but that was a little bit of drama to finish off the day. Tamsin asked me to go and get her a pizza, but really annoyingly, the pizza restaurant seems to have disappeared. Not only that, but it's not showing on any of the signs, so that's quite frustrating. Anyway, the show I'm wanting to see, everyone's queued up for already, so I am going to go down to Deck 7, and hopefully after the show the pizza restaurant will be back where it was before. And now the blooming theatre's missing. Tonight in the Red Room I watched the Misbehaved show. There haven't been very many shows on tonight, so I thought to go and see that one. And oh my god, it was hilarious. My face hurt from laughing by the end of the show. It was a really interesting one actually. It was sort of done in a little bit of an amateurish British humour Butlin style, but at the same time it was really quite professional, well choreographed, well timed, and just well done. So a huge round of applause from me for the stars of the show. As I say, I laughed so hard my face hurt. Have a look at some photos from the show. I'm just lying here on the open deck contemplating one of the odd things about the ship. All the shows and all the main restaurants have their main times at about the same time. What that means is every evening you've kind of got the choice between going to see a show or having some dinner. which makes me wonder, is that a move to stop people eating too much and going to the shows instead? Or is this a way to stop the shows being overfilled because they want to go and have a meal in a restaurant? Anyway, I don't know, but I've just had my late dinner up in the galley and there weren't many people there apart from all the staff. It was actually quite nice to see the staff up there eating. I'm just staring up at the stars, so I'll give you a look and then on to whatever I'm planning to do next. Today we're on the beautiful island of St. Kitts. This is our ship behind, the Resilient Lady. On the other side behind me is the Queen Mary 2. Anyway, as I say, we're in St. Kitts today and I know absolutely nothing about the island. Head on over to my other video for a whistle-stop tour of St. Kitts. I promise it's not quite as fast as this bit, but the island's definitely nice enough to deserve its own video. And there's even people dancing. And that's us back on board again. Sadly, all that sea glass we collected, we got told by security that we're not allowed to bring it on board, which is really disappointing. There's lots of signs to say that you can't take shells on board, so we didn't do that, but we thought that sea glass was probably litter really, so it shouldn't be a problem. Also, as there are no signs and we can't see anything on the internet to say it's prohibited, we thought it would be okay. Tamsin's crying away, sobbing pathetically in the room. I think she's really quite disappointed about it, so I'm wondering whether we've just been saved from a huge customs faux pas or whether the security people on the ship have stolen all of our beautiful sea glass. This evening we are booked into the Extra Virgin restaurant again, so looking forward to that. We've booked in there at 5:45. There's a show that we're wanting to watch about 2¼ hours later, so really hoping that they're not going to be ultra slow in the restaurant because it would be a shame to have to leave halfway through our dinner to go to the show. As I said before, it's a really strange setup that all of the main events occur at the same time in the evening. So they put on the meals and they are really long-winded, lengthy meals. They put on the meals and they put on the shows at exactly the same time. I suppose what would be nice is if they could stagger them both just so that you could do one and then do the other just that little bit more easily. Or even have an option of the dining experience being less of an experience and more of just a meal. Sometimes you just want to go in and have some food and leave again without sitting there for 3 hours. Mr. Branson, that's an idea for you. Although fix the app first. But for now, I'm just going to sit on the balcony for half an hour, enjoy the last of the sun, and feel a little bit sad that tomorrow is our disembarkation day. Our meal in Extra Virgin was really good. As we were leaving, the manager came out and just came along to quiz us about my comments about there not being a great choice in the main buffet in the evening. So kudos there, that was really good of her to follow up on my little feedback form from yesterday or the day before. Definitely have to give top marks for service there. After that, we've just been through to see the Persephone show. Persephone was in the Red Room and it was a sort of aerial acrobatic dance and music show, and it was fantastic. We sat on the upstairs bit just because we wanted to, and had a pretty good view apart from VAR in the way, so I would totally recommend that show. I really loved it. And of course, no trip on a cruise ship would be complete without a trip to the casino. Neither of us have ever used a slot machine before, so we're just watching what other people do. It looks like you press the button, and if you're losing, you hit the button really hard. So we've got a €5, $5 note, and we're going to stick it in the machine and see what happens. So Tamsin's pressed her band against the machine and it seems to have activated it, so I guess then we just put the money in. And some lights came on. So we decided to start off on the 1 cent machine. You can only play if you gamble 88 of those 1 cents each time. So that's $5 gone really quickly. I don't think shoving money into a slot machine is our thing. What can I say? If you've not used one of those gambling machines before, it's probably not worth bothering. Even the cheap machines gobble your money ever so quickly, which I suppose is the point of casinos. But for now, it's the last evening of the cruise, so tragically, it's time to get packing. Good morning from Old San Juan. It's disembarkation day today, so we have about 12 hours to kill between getting off the ship and needing to head off towards the airport. We had a couple of plans for what to do today. One was to go and sit in a resort for the day, which would mean that we could put some sunscreen on and relax all day, and then we'd have somewhere to shower off and clean off before travelling, because travelling coated in sunscreen and sand didn't seem like a nice idea. The other option was to wander around Old San Juan for the day, although we pretty much did that to death when we were here, so not super enthusiastic about that. However, I think both options have been thwarted. It's currently foggy and rainy and really actually looks quite miserable, definitely preparing us for being back home. We've got no idea what we're going to do for the day as a consequence, so we're probably just going to end up sitting in the airport for 12 hours. Thank goodness I've got a 60-hour book on Audible, as well as about 5 books downloaded to my Kindle. So in the end, we went to the T-Mobile district. This was a great little location with loads of restaurants and places to sit, and it was really quite nice. There was a big screen on the wall and there was loads of Christmas theming. Because I was carting the cases around, the camera went in the backpack and didn't come out, so sorry for the rather abrupt ending there. Disembarkation was really smooth, though we had a strange experience outside with the taxi drivers who were desperately trying to convince us that we needed to wait half an hour for an Uber to go 1 street away, otherwise we would surely die. Following that, we had an absolutely gruelling journey back home, though there were no problems, it was just really long. Speaking of which, I hope you're enjoying my map of the whole journey from beginning to end. So, what did I think of my Virgin voyage? It was absolutely fantastic. I absolutely loved Virgin. The Caribbean route was a bit boring, but the ship was amazing. I totally recommend it.